old guy here. First thing that I must say about this book, Octavia Butler's Parable of the Sower, outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And chilling to the bone. While I was reading it, I had to check the publication date several times. Yep, 1993, which is just mind-blowing because this is one of the most prescient novels that's out there. You could swear it was written last year. Set in 2024, this is a series of journal entries by 15-year-old Lauren Oye Alamina, who lives in the semi-walled Los Angeles suburb of Robledo with her father and brothers and a host of neighbors who are all somewhat related or allied. Yes, allied, because the world has become tribal. Outside the walls, ruthless, god-awful armies of drug dealers and homeless and murderers rampage. Many of them addicted to a drug called pyro or pro, which gives the user sexual ecstasy while watching a fire, so there's a lot of motive for arson. Water is at a premium because of decades-long droughts, and the police and fire departments are little better than the gangs. Sounds a little familiar. Lauren suffers from a condition called hyperempathy, which means she literally feels the pain of others. This condition is a result of a prenatal drug that her mother and hundreds of others took, so there are lots of hyperempathics running around, which you would think would tone down the murder rate, because if you shoot somebody, you feel the same bullet. But no. It just means that hyperempaths are a special kind of prey and victim, easily disabled the moment they try to defend themselves. Lauren has to keep her condition secret so that predators stay away. But predators gonna predate, and despite the best efforts of her neighborhood, the world outside crashes through the gates in one night of horror and murder, and Lauren and a few survivors are on the run, seeking a safe place somewhere, anywhere. Maybe north, even though Oregon and Washington and Canada have closed their borders. Maybe Alaska, even though anyone who shows up there is put in concentration camps. Maybe the stars. Because Lauren has conceived a new vision of God and of us, his children. Something she calls Earthseed. She is even writing her own Earthseed Bible. God is not a hoary, bearded, benevolent being, but change. Everything that is change. Everything that changes. And since change is God, we must accommodate to change, shape it for ourselves. Shape God. And we are to take this new vision of God to the stars. One of my favorite characters in this book, besides Lauren herself, is Lauren's father, the pastor of this neighborhood flock. And he's a hell of a guy. A tough, gun-toting survivalist who teaches his daughter and everyone else how to shoot and how to make acorn bread. Probably pretty good. So, preppers and survivalists in 2024 Los Angeles. Who'd have thunk it? Apparently, Octavia Butler. I am lately more and more amazed at how sci-fi writers over the past 40 to 50 years got it right. From Aldous Huxley to Robert Heinlein. How do they know? Is there some kind of trend recognition that only sci-fi writers have? Or is it the ability to recognize human and technological developments, or degenerations, that turns some people into sci-fi writers? Whatever, Octavia Butler nailed it. And I had never heard of her, which surprises me. She was a big deal writer in the 90s, on all the lists and winning all the awards and highly regarded and talked of. And I don't remember ever even hearing about her until the last year or so. And only then because I was reviewing some lists of recommended sci-fi novels. I was pretty aware in the 90s of all the big deal writers like Greg Bear and Nancy Kress and Neil Stephenson, and heard the books and trends discussed, and I do not know if it is the current function of my failing memory or just a true lack of knowledge about her. Or maybe it's because she never finished. Octavia Butler died in 2006 with only 2 novels of the Parable series, or the Earthseed series, completed. So, she enters the Asgardian Hall of Incomplete Stories, where the fact that she never finished becomes more of a big deal than what she did, like John D. MacDonald's Travis McGee series or David Foster Wallace. Oh, what a tragedy that Octavia never completed her opus. But she did. This novel is powerful and complete and chilling. What Butler describes is not the result of climate change or white supremacy or the Democrat Party, but what happens when we become tribal. When we care only about the people we know or are related to or who think like us, and everyone else is stranger and enemy and oppressor. When we do not think everyone has rights, only those with whom we agree. No one else should be allowed to say anything, live anywhere, have anything, address us, even stay alive if they are not us. A nation thinks all of its citizens have rights. A tribe thinks only its members do. And when we start thinking about us and them, that everyone outside of us is disposable, the neighborhoods become walled enclaves, companies become feudal overlords, forcing its workers into debt enslavement for the benefit of the board, and the government becomes arbitrary and incompetent. There is no law, there is no justice, there is no equity, only what you and your tribe can take from others. Man, is this science fiction or documentary? Old guy here. See you later.